Hey everybody. Um, Good evening. Still Thursday night. Actually, in 3 minutes, it's going to be Friday morning. Just watching because a friend brought up the subject of WDWNT, and one of their shows are going to be taken, going off the air, or they're going to stop it. I don't think that's the case. What I'm thinking is here, and I will explain this to you first, is that what it is that I think, and let me pause this. I think YouTube is making some moves, and as far as that is concerned, YouTube is putting certain subjects in different places, and they explain it here a little bit, but I'm going to see if I could do this just a little. Let's see. I don't want to play it too loud because it is almost midnight.
It's going to come back in some way, shape, or form.
Let's
That's just
see.
how things are now. It's like Johnny Depp is not playing Jack.
All right, let's see.
6. What a year she's going to be. Year of the horse?
Okay, they're discussing
Snake, I thought.
I thought we just...
their programming about and YouTube.
Oh, God, I can't even...
Is this horse?
Let's see. This is main topic. Let's see.
With our company and with our focus,
Okay.
that it's really a lot. And I think without context, people don't understand why we make certain moves. And I think this is our opportunity to kind of get into that a little bit.
This is the one show where we could sit and talk for a prolonged period. On News Today, I tried to explain what we're doing with the channel shift, and I think even though I took 5 minutes, there were still people that were angry. They were just get to the news. I'm like, you could just skip ahead.
See, he's got that attitude.
Yeah, please.
So
this is an opportunity to have a show where we can actually just talk to people about what's going on for the people that
are sit and chat.
Actually interested.
Do we start with YouTube? We touched on
Here
YouTube
it comes.
So we're on YouTube right now, so we probably should talk about it.
All right, so YouTube...
Except if you're listening to the audio version of this, then you're not on YouTube.
So not only were we
this is what it's about.
not perfectly aligned with probably where we should have been with YouTube in the past, but YouTube also was often changing and moving the goal line on this thing. But one thing that's a constant is that YouTube wants to be able to identify who your audience is.
Uh-huh.
And an audience for in-park content might be different from an audience for news, which might be different from someone who wants to look at hotel reviews and the like. So
what I'm thinking is that possibly YouTube is starting to shift things around because, first of all, again, this is in my take, that you have a lot of content creators, you have a lot of live streamers also. You have a lot of people talking about the one subject of Disney. And whatever that you put in that subject of Disney, there is little subjects within one big subject. So I think that YouTube is spending right now a lot of time separating as to what categories they think that will be more suitable for the content in which people like these are putting out. And I don't think they like it too much. But you know what? That's tough shit, okay? Because again, as I've been saying this to you now for a few years, everybody is doing the same shit. It's getting annoying, okay? So if they're talking about a different subject, let's say if they go to a resort or they'll film a parade or something, each of that section probably of the video, YouTube will go through it and decide on their own as to what subjects or what categories that they're going to fit you in as per on your video. So that's the impression that I'm getting. So let's see what they say about it.
I use would be, we have a 250 plus thousand subscriber cohort here that primarily was built through news. A lot of live streaming. We added a lot of subscribers during that period too. But generally speaking, YouTube wants to know who we are. So instead of YouTube saying, well, they've made 50 videos, so I know who they are, they build a little bit of that credibility of who you are, but then there's also each video is judged on its own. So when you do something that is outside of that cohort, it's confused about who to distribute this content to.
Mm.
You used to be able to help YouTube figure that out by having subscribers, because you must think these people care about stuff that they post.
Yeah.
The example I use is, we recently posted a video of like a Loki versus Black Panther show on
Yeah.
the Disney Destiny.
This is what got them.
Well, to you and me, that might all be the same, right? Hey, it's Disney News. It's a new thing on a Disney Destiny.
Right.
But to YouTube, it starts going, oh, look at who clicked on this. I'm going to start presenting this not to people who care about Disney or cruise ships. I'm going to do it to people who are into comic books.
See?
So all of
Okay.
a sudden, we're being presented to the wrong cohort. What that does is it degrades our sort of authority in that space to a certain group of people, and reassigns it to people who are much less likely to care about our stuff.
Yeah.
So what it means is,
No, and I'm going to tell you why. And I have a feeling that YouTube is doing this. They're taking it as their numbers are going to drop because they're not catching. They're not going to have their usual audience. Okay, you know what? Tough shit. Time to change. What YouTube, I bet, is trying to do is, the impression that I'm getting is that they're putting the subjects into different categories so that more people will be drawn to it. That's what I'm thinking. Like he said, Loki and Black Panther, right away their content, they've seen it. Their content is attracting an audience who likes comic books and Marvel characters. Well, that's all fine. That's fine because, you know, Disney does have Marvel. So why couldn't they, the Marvel people, be included? That's what I'm getting out of it. But them right away, see, they're going to be losing their numbers. Oh, they're not attracting the usual audience. Yeah, they're just worried about losing their numbers. They may actually lose a few dollars with this in the meantime. But then again, I'm saying to myself, maybe they'll gain a few more dollars. See, I look at things in such a weird way, don't I? Okay, I see things outside the box. I've done this for years. So what they're saying is that one way. I'm looking at it in a completely different way. And I'm saying to myself, well, they don't know that yet. You know, they don't know nothing yet. I would let it ride a while and see. But that's the impression that I'm getting. So
you can watch your views kind of go like this,
see,
and you'll get a spike in an area where you really didn't want a spike,
see,
at the expense of the areas where you really like. We want the news channel to be primarily news.
see.
So a fireworks show, a parade, a food review, a room tour, all those things are great and important to people that care about this thing, but they are not classified as news.
Mm.
So overall, they can drag the channel down. At
Ah,
the same
you
time,
see?
we want it to be as easy as possible for the people that want this thing to find this thing. And so you might say the easiest way for them to do that is just to go to our channel, because you know who we are, you figured it out. That's not how
Yeah.
YouTube is presenting videos
See,
to people
YouTube's
anymore.
doing it different.
So you might come across our stuff, but you may not.
Right.
So what we want to do then is take all of those things and put them into their own channel.
You
so
could
all
try
the stuff
it.
that's an in-park experience then goes into a parade, a cavalcade, whatever, goes into this channel with the POVs of the rides and all this stuff. So that it gives a little bit more specific
See?
aim to YouTube of who wants this content. Is that a good way of describing
So
it?
that's the first new channel is WDWNT POV, and that's where
Right.
again those
So they're going to separate like the contents. They're going to have to separate like the videos and put them all into, from what I get, into different sections, and possibly maybe a new channel to where they have the certain amount of videos, and then this channel's going to have this certain amount, and this one's going to have the podcast. They're not going off the air. They just have to make like a few changes. I think quite a few changes. And again, I say to you, because everybody is doing the same shit. So now you're going to have to shift yours because you're going to be losing an audience. Like I said, maybe they'll be gaining an audience. I don't know. In certain videos that I do, remember, I'm not sponsored, endorsed, or ambassador. You guys know this already. But what my thing is, sometimes if I show a product, or if I'm speaking about a certain product, or if I'm speaking about a certain subject, I will hashtag that subject. And then from there, in my rhythm, I would probably attract, and I have attracted a little bit more of an audience. That's all. I just want to get it out to get the people to know. And different subjects. You know me when I speak a lot about different things. I did it today also, but I didn't hashtag anything. But at the same time, you want all your information to get out. So maybe if they separate it a little bit more, I don't know. But you know what? Uh, Hook or crook, YouTube, I think they're doing a good thing. I really do. They're giving people more of a variety, more of different subjects. And they're actually sitting there behind their screens at YouTube figuring all this out. You know what I'm saying? So I see it as a good thing. I see it as times have got to change. There is too many content creators. There is too many, like I said, too many live streams, too many podcast people, too many of these people, too many of that. And this is all of a Disney situation. I'm sure they're doing it for other subjects, but this is all mostly of a Disney situation. So now the Disney people are going to get pissed off. Hey, you know what? Time to change. Time to do. Maybe you guys got to do something else. I don't know. You know? But anyway, I just wanted to point this out that I did watch this clip, and I actually fast forwarded it to the news of this part here. So it says the future of our channel in 2026, the WDW News Today podcast. So that's what we were watching here as I'm watching the podcast. And then they went into this subject because somebody else, my YouTube friend here, my faraway friend, brought this also to my attention. So I said, you know what, let me check it out. All right, it's 12:08 now. I should stop yelling very loud because everybody's quiet in here. And maybe I should turn the TV down too. It sounds like it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, but anyway, that's it. That's what I came up with. I think it's going to be a good thing for. I mean, they're seeing it right now. I think they're seeing it as a tragedy because they're all going to lose their. They may. The only thing that they're worried about is losing their audience, and see their spike levels are going down and they go up and down. I mine does too. Hey, listen, mine does too. But then again, these people are making money for it, so I'm not, and it doesn't bother me. But it's going to bother them because this is their money makers right here. This is their job, you know. And again, I always said content creating. I never knew this was going to take off as a job. I don't see it as that, but that's why everybody's got popping those videos out every day. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. But these people act like, to have a TV show. You know what? It's go on real TV then. You know what I'm saying? But YouTube has created this, situation, and they allowed that to happen. So, YouTube is making changes, which I think is pretty cool. All right, let me go. Have a good night, everybody. Love to all. Take care. Happy Friday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.